Welcome to FM Tuition Academy. This is Teacher Frank the Genius. Are you a parent and then you have come across this video? This is good news for you. If you're having a grade 8 or a grade 9, just WhatsApp us on that number and we'll be able to offer online tuitions to your child who is a grade 8 or a grade 9 so that we can train them on how to effectively answer exam past papers so that they adequately prepare for the exam and they are trained with the best tutors. So that is our WhatsApp number, which is 095 333 1204, as you can see it. So you can contact us on that WhatsApp line and we'll be able to help your child. So contact us on that WhatsApp number and don't forget to hit the subscribe button and also turn the notification button, which is a bell. So let's go into an exam paper for the grade 9s. Okay, if you look at, this is an exam paper. So the exam question says, study the picture below and answer the questions that follow. Okay, as you can see, just by looking at it, you can literally know that this picture is talking about a polling station. Okay, this is a polling station. So that's why you're seeing there, it's written counting the results at the polling station. You can literally see that this is a polling station and you see those are people entering into the polling station and those are the boxes in there. Okay, so this is a polling station. So let's look at question 1. What event is depicted in the picture above? What does this picture above talk about? What happens at the polling station? Elections. So it means the answer for question A is this picture shows about elections. So what event is depicted in the picture above? It is elections. So when you go on the next page this side, you find that the answer A is actually elections. You can see it there. The next question here is question B. Name the containers shown in the picture above. You see these containers, the ones that you are seeing, these containers, they are called ballot boxes. Okay, ballot boxes. Ballot boxes. So those containers are called ballot boxes. So they are written here, ballot boxes. The answer is B. The answer for B is ballot boxes. And then question C says, what materials were deposited? What materials were deposited? What materials were deposited in the container, in the containers named B about during voting? So what materials do you deposit in the ballot boxes? The ballot box, it's openable, and the materials that you put in there is called ballot papers. So the ballot papers are the ones that you press inside the ballot boxes. Okay, you put ballot papers. During elections, you find that people are coming in and they are throwing their ballot papers inside the ballot boxes. Okay, so people will be coming in and throwing papers in those boxes, and those papers they throw in those boxes are called ballot papers. So the materials, what materials are deposited in the containers named in part B? That's question C. It is ballot papers. As you can see, answer there is ballot papers. Okay. Question D. State 2 pieces of information contained on the document named in part C. So they're asking you what information is on the ballot paper. Part C, it means since part C, the answer is ballot paper, they're asking you what information is contained on the ballot papers. What do you see on the ballot papers? What do you notice on the ballot papers? What do ballot papers contain? On the ballot paper, always on each ballot paper, what is contained on that ballot paper? It is the names, the names and the faces of the candidates. Okay? Each, as you can see, this is the part D. The answer for part D here, I've written it for you. It is the names and the faces of the candidates, and also the names of the parties. So each ballot paper, okay, before you throw it in the ballot box, when you look at the ballot paper, the information that is going to be contained on that ballot paper is, you are going to find the names and the faces of the candidate. Okay, so for example, each ballot paper will have the name of the candidate standing for that general election, and also it will have the names of their parties. So there'll be names and faces of the candidates. So the people standing for the elections, their pictures are going to be on the ballot paper. So you find that on each ballot paper, you're going to find a picture of each candidate standing for the elections. So if, for example, there are 5 people standing for elections, one is Mary, one is John, one is Peter. Each of those faces are going to be on the ballot paper. Okay? So the ballot paper has the names and the faces of the candidates. Apart from that, it also has the name of the party. Okay? It has the names of the party of these candidates. So it has the names of the party of these candidates. So each candidate is belonging to a specific party. So the names of the party are also indicated on the ballot paper. Okay. Question E. Explain 3 reasons why the document named C can be rejected. What leads to the rejection of the ballot paper? When a ballot paper has no official mark, it is rejected. Okay? Because each ballot paper should have the official mark. Once a ballot paper has no official mark, it is rejected. Okay? And again, the reason why there is rejection of ballot papers, the other thing is when it is marked on more than... Okay, I've written them for you here so that you can easily remember them. So E, when the voter hasn't marked any candidate. So a ballot paper is going to be considered rejected when the person voting hasn't marked on any candidate. For example, you're supposed to mark, there are 3 people or 3 people standing for the elections. The candidate standing for the elections, there is Mary, there is Peter, there is John. These are the ones who are standing for the elections. Each of them wants to become the president. So if you haven't marked any of the candidates, then that ballot paper will be rejected. Okay? A ballot paper is rejected when the person has not indicated who they have marked, when the voter has not indicated the person they have marked. So when the voter hasn't marked any candidate, so if the voter has not marked any candidate, that ballot paper is rejected. 2, when it is marked on more than one candidate. So when a voter marks 2 people on that ballot paper is rejected because you are only permitted to mark 1 person. So when a voter marks more than 1 person, that ballot paper is rejected. 3, voter identification, e.g. by putting a signature. When a voter puts his or her signature that identifies them, for example, they sign their name there, that ballot paper will be rejected because ballot papers, you're not supposed to put any identification there, such as your signature. You're not supposed to put that. Okay? So it will be rejected. It will be rejected. And if there's no official mark, it's also going to be rejected. And some other factors that cause that, they are there in the notes. You're going to find, I'm going to send for you some notes that will open your mind so that you can understand about elections, basically. Okay. Question F. Name the officer that is in charge of the activity shown in the picture. This whole activities that you are seeing here, who is in charge? At the polling station, the person who is in charge at the polling station is actually the presiding officer. The presiding officer is the one who is in charge of the polling station. He's the highest person in charge of each polling station. As you can see there, F, the answer is presiding officer. So the presiding officer, you can see there, the answer is presiding officer, is one who is in charge of the entire polling station, so that the works there, they are working, the people working there, they're actually functioning at maximum capacity. Okay. Okay, the last one is which organization organizes the event in the picture above? Who is in charge of things like polling station and so on, this activity? Who are in charge of this kind of activities, the polling station and all the activities that happen during elections? It is the Electoral Commission of Zambia. So the Electoral Commission of Zambia is the one that is in charge of these polling stations. Okay, it's the one that is in charge of all polling stations in the country. During elections, you're going to find that each district, each province has different polling stations, and then the organization or the institute that does or controls these polling stations is called the Electoral Commission of Zambia. The Electoral Commission of Zambia. That's the one that does most of this work and ensures that elections are held free and fair, okay, by creating a bridge between the people voting and those ones at the polling station, including the candidates that have been voted for. It ensures that the elections being held are free and fair by providing a transparency and security measures to ensure that elections are held free and fair. Okay, so basically the Electoral Commission is the one that is in charge of organizing these polling stations. So it actually helps you and gives you a better understanding. Okay, so we've come to the end of the question, and that was the last question. I think you have understood and your mind has actually opened up. Your understanding about this has improved. So we've come to the end of this teaching. Thank you very much for joining and learning.